Hoorah!
Thank you very much. Sit down, please. But it is nice to be here again. I want to say hi, thank you to Ron for always having me here and for forming this partnership. I think when they think back, we can really say that we have been successful because of entities like you. More and more sports and more organizations are joining us. And this is why this year again, just like last year, we have been the biggest international sports and fitness convention and expo in the world. The secret to success is to think about how much do we give, not how much do we make. That's how we will be judged in the end. This is why because like I said, to give back and to be involved in something that is bigger than we are and to change your thinking from me to we is extremely important in your life. And I always tell people this, I say, here are the rules to success. But then after, when you're successful, make sure to then change from me to we, and to think about giving something back and serving the people. And this is exactly what your profession is all about. So thank you very much, and I'll see you back there.
I'd like to introduce Tracey Rice and her son Dylan. They're here from Alberta, Canada as our guests. And Tracy started training and working out so she could take care of her son. And that's a real life, everyday superhero. And she deserves our respect and our appreciation. And I
Here, guys. Get it? Got it. Do another one because look at this great looking team.
Love it.
Very nice. Good to see you.
Hey, can I have everyone's attention for a moment? Just please remember, once you exit the building, the doors will be locked.
James Hergott here with Radical Body Transformations, and I am at the Arnold Convention Center Expo special weekend, but I'm not actually at the expo right now because we did something really cool this morning. We did a thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was a speech and a photo and all this kind of stuff, but the key thing about it was that we have two special people that are on our show that are participants that we're going to be introducing today, and it's Tracy and Dylan. And Tracy and Dylan were also given a shout out today by Arnold himself. First of all, Tracy, I know the story, but I want to tell the viewers at home, about why you started lifting weights in the first place. What got you into that?
Okay, well, back in 2005, I realized when Dylan was getting older that I obviously needed to help him a little bit with his needs every day, in and out of chairs, in and out of vehicles, just everything that he needed to do, and I knew that I needed to be a source of strength for him. So I began weight training at that point for strength, and it blossomed into kind of a lifelong lifestyle, kind of a passion. I ventured into a little bit of competitive bodybuilding as well, and it's just been something that we've both kind of moved forward in.
Now, tell me a little bit about Dylan.
He's always been very much into sports, whether it was trying out sledge hockey, wheelchair basketball. He's always been active doing something. Recently, about 3 years ago, he was really trying to make a name for himself in competitive wheelchair basketball. So he started functional training at that point. He wanted to get bigger, faster, stronger. But it's also opened up the gym to him. And we were presented 2 years ago at the Arnold Sports Festival. I came and visited and met with people who were interested in powerlifting and wanted to open para-powerlifting. So I presented it to Dylan. He thought he'd give it a shot, and he's been unstoppable ever since. He's now training 4 days a week with a personal trainer, and he's getting set to go to Mexico City in April, where he'll represent Canada as a junior and open men's category for a bench press. And that is a qualifier for the Parapan Am Games this August in Ontario.
And Dylan, what was the experience like for you to meet Arnold for the first time?
It was awesome. It was a really great experience.
I wasn't expecting any of that, so.
Yeah. You know, you help a lot of people. You help your son, you help yourself, but you know, you help people with your job as well. So, you know, you definitely qualify for one of our special people on the show that are awesome. So we're gonna hook you up with some Viaggio jewelry. And this is a special bracelet given to women on the show who are inspirational and or have overcome something, and you are definitely qualified for this. And it's got a special slogan on here about a woman's journey, and you know, I think it kind of really sums up your journey. So I'd like to present this to you on behalf of the show. We went with a Cyclone cup, and Popeye's giving you some money. This actually says, "I'm not getting any carbs," with the carbs backwards, from Tainted. We got a pH 9 shaker that helps alkalize water, and Advanced Genetics bag, which is a wicked bag. We're really happy that you would join us on the show and allow us into your world and to capture your journey. So much appreciated, and we look forward to seeing, you know, the finished product and following your journey and how things turn out. So.
This week's POW, Product of the Week, is Nitric Impact, the world's strongest pre-workout nitric oxide formula. To grow muscle, you need to transport vital nutrients via the blood into the muscles. The most effective way to do this is by expanding your blood vessels and by enhancing your circulatory system. Nitric Impact combines a number of carefully selected unique ingredients to create the perfect environment for muscle growth beyond anything you've experienced before. Nitric Impact will engorge your muscles with nutrient-rich blood, anabolic hormones, aminos, and glycogen, causing them to go into hyper-anabolism, making them instantly bigger and stronger. You'll be ready to bring the war to the gym every time. Field tested, science proven. Hoorah!
After hearing Dylan's incredibly moving story, I wanted to introduce him to someone special who could relate to his experiences and who would also compete in powerlifting. So I set him up with a meeting with IFBB Pro Wheelchair bodybuilder Nick Scott at the Arnold Expo. Nick found himself out of shape after a horrible car accident left him paralyzed from the waist down. Rather than look at himself as a victim, Nick turned to bodybuilding to rebuild himself, and it transformed his body and mind. As he puts it, he doesn't look at it as if his cup is half empty or half full. He's just happy he has a cup. He's a truly inspirational guy, and I thought he could be an ideal mentor to this young man, and on top of it, give him some great powerlifting tips.
So it was like, what happened? Why are you in a wheelchair, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm an L3 para, I think, and I was born with spina bifida, and so basically that's just a birth defect where the spinal cord grows out of the back and into a bubble. So basically, at birth, the doctors have to perform another surgery, and they have to put the spinal cord back into your back.
Okay, yeah, because it's like, for me, I was in a car accident, so I had to like relearn everything as an infant and stuff like that, but you were just born and you kind of, that's all you really know.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
And, you know, I hear that you're, you know, into working out and all that stuff and get intense and stuff like that. So what made you want to like actually start training, thinking, I want to try this?
Well, how I started powerlifting was my mom is friends with a bunch of people, and someone got in contact with her and asked her if I would be interested in trying powerlifting. So we talked about it, we gave it some thought, and then eventually, a few weeks later, I'm like, I think this is what I want to try. And so from then on, I got into the gym and I started training more, and I did I started powerlifting that year.
I'll tell you what, it's actually really great, because when I was your same age, I wasn't in the wheelchair. I was about to get in the accident, and my max was 175 pounds, but I weighed 190 pounds. So I weighed about 80 pounds heavier than you. And so you got, like, your strength factor is a lot greater than mine at the time, regardless of what you see now. So with you breaking on, like, starting to break all these records at such an early age, what are you trying to achieve? What's your next goal? Where are you going with this?
Well, I kind of want to lift 200 pounds.
Okay, so here's the number one thing you want to focus on. This separates the amateurs from the professionals when it comes to powerlifting. In a bench press, an amateur, when they bench press, they focus grabbing the bar, pushing the weight up. And you go in the mindset that I'm going to kill no matter what, do whatever it takes. The number one thing is the powerlifter. Amateurs pushes the weight up. As a professional, you get under it, you shake your mind. I'm not going to push the weight up. I'm going to do it. I'm going to push my walk. I'm going to push myself away from the bar. It's a different mindset versus pushing up, pushing away. Try to do that. And whenever you're underneath that bar, you think your family's on the line. Everybody's here. Their life depends on it. You go in a mindset that it's all or nothing. You gotta be united with your body. It's a mind-muscle connection throughout the whole body, to the spinal cord, to when you grab it. You're in battle, and you're gonna win at all costs necessary. There's nothing that you can't do. So study it. Start studying techniques and do whatever it takes. Because the only way to succeed is to have a focus point, have an outcome that you're trying to achieve. And once you do that, it gives you something to work toward, to be a very clear vision. The way I got so successful, I had a very clear vision of where I wanted to go. I was like a sniper, and I was vision. I had this very clear vision of how the outcome was going to be. I didn't know how I was going to get there. I made mistakes along the way, but it didn't matter because I was still on the path of my sniper. And you got to go in there fearless, hungry, like you'll do it at all costs necessary. And with your opponents, my opponents fear me because they fear that I'm the lion in the lion's den, and they're just sheep coming in my castle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You gotta be hungry, Dylan! Hungry! Let's get some cereals. But other than that, man, it's truly not. I hope that you take your life to the next level and keep me posted.
I will.
Because I want to see you have this victory. I want to see you take it. You go to the Paralympics, do whatever it takes to be the best. Dylan, superstar. Nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you too.
After filming, Dylan competed in the Parapan Am Games, being trained by his mom, Tracy. The Parapan Am Games were held in Toronto, and at age 17, Dylan was the youngest powerlifter there and the only Canadian powerlifter to enter the games since 2007. He performed better than expected, hitting a personal best at 80 kilograms. It's safe to say his future is bright, and there's no telling what heights he will achieve. Well, that's a wrap for this episode. Stay tuned for more great stories about inspirational people transforming their lives for the better here on Radical Body Transformation.